What's up guys, Nick Rapazzi here. Welcome to NRS Motorsports YouTube channel. So this is part 2 for the coilover setup on the C6 Corvette. We did the front in the last video. We talked about the ride height and how we're going to adjust it and all that kind of stuff, but we're going to get right into it. Let me get this jacked up, get it on jack stands, and we will get the wheels off and start the coilover install. All right guys, rear shocks are super simple. Got 2 1/2 inch on top, a 24 bolt and nut right here going through the bottom, and then you just got to compress these to get it out of here, because realistically you'd want to take all this shit apart, but I don't really feel like doing that or taking the ball joints out or doing any of that kind of stuff. And then again with the front, I don't really care about taking all this stuff apart, and this rear leaf pack is already splintering. Here, I'll show you. It's right down here on the bottom driver's side. You can see right up in here, it's already starting to splinter and crack. So these were on their way out anyway. So I'm gonna cut this, get this thing out of here. The suspension should droop a little bit more without the spring in here, and then we'll be able to get the coilovers in, because they'll fit in totally fine in this space, and we'll probably end up having to jack up this to make it meet anyway. So let me get to the other side, get that leaf pack cut out, and then I'll show you the install on the coilovers. Alright guys, so we got the stock rear shock on the driver's side out, and the only other thing that I did on the other side to make this easier was I took the rear tie rod adjustment out. You just pop this out right here, and same thing, it's 18 mil on the top. You have to use a 6mm Allen on the top to hold this, but pop that out and then you're able to get the coilover in without having to try to finagle it, because I was trying to finagle it in without taking that out and it was just a pain in the ass. So 100% take that out. But I did want to show something on the feels that I didn't see on like BC's or any other coilovers for the C6. Is it has an offset. See how this isn't in the center? It's offset off, and on the stock OEM ones it's in the center. So when I was putting the coilover in and I was trying to put the shorter side of the offset in the back, I was looking at it and there's no way for me to, back here, I was putting the shorter side back here, and there's no way for me to get anything in there to tighten up the bolt. So I'm hoping that the short side's supposed to go on this side and offset it forward a little bit. I don't know if that's for centering or how it is. I will confirm and send an email out just to make sure that I did do it right. But honestly, if I did put the shorter side in the back here, which I'm talking about like that, you see the shorter side, there's no way that I would be able to get anything on where that bolt is to tighten it. You have to use a wrench, and you can't put a socket on it, and there's no way that I would fit a wrench back there. So I just wanted to show you guys that. I'm going to throw these in, get everything put back together, and then I'll show you what it looks like. All right guys, so everything's installed. Top bolts are all tightened up. Again, I did face the shorter end out towards this side so I can get the 1/2 inch tightened. They're both tightened on that side. Got the 24 tightened down on this side. I run the bolt through this way just so I can hit the gun on here and really tighten the fuck out of this. Again, I didn't do any torque specs on this. I just hit it with the gun. At it goes up to like 400 foot-pounds. It's definitely over torqued for what it needs to be. Tighten this down. Definitely gonna need an alignment, because I know this is all gonna be thrown off now that this is significantly lower, because I want to say this dropped it probably about 1 inch, because with the shock coming out at full length, it was still able to not move up and down. And we put this in, I literally have to jack this up to get it in. So I'll drop it down on the ground, see where it's at. We'll take some measurements, and again, when I get to the alignment rack, I will adjust the height, make sure that it's equal on all 4 corners, and I want to get it like probably to where there's like two finger lengths, maybe 1.5 inches of room in here, just because I do daily drive this thing and I want it to be sort of like a track ready daily driver car, and I don't want it catching. The whole reason I'm doing this is because when I would go under preload, and especially if I'm in like a high gear and we start getting above like 140, 150 miles an hour, this will squat down so much that I had to cut, you'll see right here, I had to cut the inner fender because it was grabbing the tire. You can see right here, you can see this groove from it actually grabbing. So hopefully this mitigates all this stuff. Let me get this tires on, get it on the ground. I'll show you what the stance is, and then we'll wrap this video up. All right guys, so we have everything installed, and I was gonna go take it on a test drive, but it's getting late and I need to go eat and clean up the house and do a couple other things. So, but I'll show you what what it is. This is how low it is. You can barely fit a piece of paper in there, so I'm definitely not gonna take it on a test drive like this. We'll come out, we'll readjust this back up to get it closer to match at the front and height wise for now, just so I can take it out, test drive it, and then I'll come back and check all nuts and bolts, make sure nothing's gonna fall off on this. But I just wanted to show you guys how low I actually have this thing now. I'll show you the other side too, which is just as bad. It is slammed right on the fender. So we are not mitigating what I wanted to, and we are super slammed right now. So we'll leave it there for now, and like I said, I'll come back and adjust it, and we'll take this thing out on a test drive. It's just not gonna happen today. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions on the install or the coilovers or anything that I went through on this, just drop a comment below, and I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.